I'll put this right here. In case you want to allow you want to load and
Hey guys, come on up in here. Come on up in here. That's my hand me my phone, Rose. Thank you, Poo Poo. I'm gonna be on Instagram. Hey y'all, come on up in here. It's National Boss Day. Your girl finna let's come on up in here. Be nice, homie. Tell a friend. Lunch, learn, and earn money Monday. Come on up in this mug. It's written all over the phone. Hey y'all, come on up in this mug. Come on up in here. We got an amazing day for y'all. It is National Boss Day. It is also, y'all know I'm big on the leadership and entrepreneurship. And I'm also on how to, show up outside the box. Your girl got on her very, very Christmas colors, baby. I breaks all the rules when it comes to showing up for myself. What's up, LLC? I am in here, y'all. We finna jail our edges, okay? We finna snatch our edges back when it comes to sitting on the edge of complacency. Somebody say hello. Okay, I am over here, y'all. I'm kicking it at my mama house on house duty. She getting me together while she ran to get the little fixings, and she finna break down some chili beans and cornbread in this California weather that's disrespectful. I am coming on here for a lot of things. This is lunch, learn and earn. You earn wisdom. You learn how to kick it and chill and quit stressing yourself out about things that don't matter. I'm going to also be sharing you guys. My mother is 60 something years old and have launched her own private hair grease. And if y'all be wondering where we get our entrepreneurship skills from, this is where we get it from. Our parents, our family. We had to do. And I'm going to come in here. I want you guys to get a pen and a paper, an old-fashioned pencil, because some of you guys are out here moving too quick and you miss an opportunity. All right. First of all, we got to establish some shared agreements. One of them is giving yourself permission to be you, to be you, to be you. Give yourself permission to be you. That means if you the type that's an introvert, you don't do all the crowds, got social anxiety going on for any reason, you are, in a place where you don't know if to go left or right, baby, that's what it is. There is no need to push yourself in areas and make yourself believe that you got to be like someone else. If you're not feeling well, you're not feeling well. Get the link and let's get on the phone and let's work through it. All right. So we're going to come in here. I'm going to dispel some myths out there about what entrepreneurship is and isn't, because some of y'all is being misguided. You think that, being a boss is National Boss Day. You think it's going to be a skip through the park. You think that you're finna be rolling in the dough out the gate. That's not true. And so when you are working a 9 to 5 and you can honestly say that you're not giving your best to that employer, then that poor work ethic will show up in your business. Your job is your training grounds for your next level that you believe in God for. It's not the contrary. It's not like, you can work years and years showing up when you want to. There's a lot of people sleeping on the job these days. You just fed up with the job, so you're giving them your fed up energy. And I know that's tempting, but you got to look at your job as a training ground, discipline, doing what you're supposed to do. I'm not telling you to go over and beyond if you're not feeling it. I mean, that's part of being yourself. I know for me, looking at my journey, your girl just refused to pour in my knowledge for free to any type of 9 to 5. I'm just not going to do it because I have helped build programs through the years, millions and millions of dollars through the years. I put myself in those positions, to get knowledge and to see the backdrops of some of these grants and proposals and how to put programs together. And I did that to get exposure, to be mentored, only to find out I am not that type of person. You won't know what you don't like until you try it. You won't know until you try it. But you can go on record saying, you know what, I gave that a try, that just didn't tickle my fancy. So some of you guys, when you at work and there's some training opportunities, there's opportunities for you to develop and grow. And you worried about what people gonna say while you in the leadership meeting and you just an entry-level worker. You don't have to prove yourself to nobody, baby. You get yourself in that meeting and you learn. You get a pen or a pencil and you take notes. Because I don't want you guys to be out here ill-equipped thinking I'm finna just roll in the dough, baby. You got to put in solid work. You got to be this National Boss Day, the CEOs out there, baby, they can tell you. If they're going to be honest with you, you got to be willing to take L's all the time. You got to be willing to be talked about. You got to be willing to screw it all up and still get back up and do it again. You got to be willing to get out your comfort zone and meet some people that's going to get up in your grill about something. See, if you all in your feelings all the time, it's going to be hard for you to grow. Because in your mind, you want to be stroked and told how wonderful you are. We all need that. But you also need somebody in the camp. Hold on, I'm at mama's and her internet. What's y'all internet? Oh, it did pop on. It said the internet is low. So we want to be mindful. We want to be mindful that this entrepreneurship journey is not a cakewalk. It's going to be times where you doubt yourself. It's going to be times where you're not real sure. It's going to be times where you don't have profitable months. There's going to be times where you want to quit. We don't want to be out here acting like the boss life is a cakewalk. I told you before, when you with your primary funder, you working, you learning, you're getting into personal development, leadership training. So what if you're an entry level secretary? You know, in your mind, you signing up for them personal development trainings so you can learn how to lead. You can have some personal development skills into your tool belt. You don't have time to be kicking it with people that ain't going nowhere. And then y'all get comfortable. If you coming in work late with everybody, are you really trying to get into entrepreneurship? Because you're going to bring that poor work ethic to business. You know, are you thinking outside the box to get your job done? I don't believe, just depending on your agency. I was never one to go get permission for certain things. If they didn't tell me that I couldn't do it, I would be creative and delivering the services to the client in an upright and ethical way. And so if you sitting up there, you can't think outside the box, you can't come up with a way to get your job done in a creative way, then that same limited type of thinking is going to show up in business. If you're going overboard, I know I struggle with, on the clinical side, it's supposed to be 50 minutes and 10-minute wrap up. And when I'm leaning into somebody and leaning into them, I had a whole history of going over, and it just made my day just back to back late. So I had to learn and develop and have mentorship on how to be skillful about my time when you in the company of someone that's in breakdown. And learning and still being mentored by two amazing doctors right now that's teaching me how to go in with the client, acknowledge where they are, and still make it seem like you're not cutting them off, you leaning into them and bringing them back with some closure, right? Because we don't ever want, on the clinical side, we don't ever want our clients to go real high in their stuff and then send them off to their next appointment and leave with all the open trauma. Right. And so if I didn't go get the mentor that I need, hey, Sister Victoria, if I didn't go get the mentorship that I need, I would have missed the opportunity to be more impactful in my service with clients. I would miss the opportunity to get in the wisdom and knowledge of someone who's been doing it longer than me. Right. And then I would end up backing myself into burnout. Right. And so we want to be mindful when you're at your primary job. There's some things that you can sign up for. Sign up for the trainings. that has direct impact on what you're doing and where you're going. Don't worry about if your colleagues is wondering why you at the meeting over here. That's none of their business. They're not going to be your ideal client. They're not coming for you to break bread with you for Black Friday. You got to be able to move in silence. It's not about, down through my years, and I see a lot of timid people, a lot of insecure people. They have all the degrees. And just by your aura, they know it's something about you. They like, who is this person? Like she a whole social worker aide, running her mouth, being real friendly with the people because that's my personality. But if you know that that's not your personality, don't try to force yourself to be anybody that you're not. Don't do it, because you're really telling yourself that the way you are is not good enough. And I'm telling you, the way you are, the way you smile, the way you dance, the way you talk, the way you think, somebody on the internet streets, billions of people logging on monthly. I didn't say yearly. Somebody gonna resonate with your get down. Someone's gonna resonate with your personality. Someone's gonna be on a journey with you while you figuring it out. Y'all making this stuff too hard, because trauma does come up in business. That's why I'm doing self-care reimagine with our Chicago group. And tomorrow, Wednesday, is our last series of this fall, right? And then my colleague is going into a Dream Again holiday series. Thank God that she's out in globally impacting in other countries and also in other states, where the type of work that's coming across her desk, she was able to think about me and say, look, here you go, sis, run with it. That's the power of networking with the right people that have your best interests at heart. You can't kick it with people that's not on that level. I'm just telling you my God's honest truth. My mama over here, I'm kicking it at her house right now. She done went and got some more trimmings for the chili beans. And we're going to be doing. I told her, she said, Tasha, why you got your green on? First of all, I'm working out tonight. I put my green on. And we also moving into Black Friday, where I am at the point, y'all, in my life as a 50-year-old, and half of the stuff my mama done taught me about entrepreneurship and leadership, I give no cares about whatever's going on. People, Tasha, you done gained weight. Okay, and I gained knowledge and wisdom too. And what? You know what I mean? You got to be able to check people, because that spirit of distraction is getting you away from your revenues. My mom over here running circles around young people. She braided for 30 years. Our family owned World of Curls Curl Activator. We had the plant was in Compton, California. Y'all know I'm born and groomed in LA. Coming to Fresno was a whole wide open network. And some of y'all know my testimony. I was the fastest growing weed person before it got legalized. Came over here to Fresno, 12th grade, baby, had it going on in my Chevy. What am I saying that for? Because God took those street skills and transferred them into a legit thing. So I know a little bit about what I'm doing. And guess what? My links be jacked up. Guess what? I be typing the wrong stuff in the emails and autocorrect don't be working. I'm not here to prove nothing to nobody, because the people I attract, we culture of givers. We extend grace to one another, because last time I checked, I'm not trying to be here for the likes. We here for the lesson. We finna keep this train pushing, period. Oh, girl gonna say, girl, well, they say you a little bit ghetto. How you gonna learn how to make some money? Baby, you can say what you want to say. They talked about Jesus. I'm not finna conform. You eat with your salad fork and be broke. And I can chew gum and walk with my Chuck Taylors on. You let your toes be what they need to be in them shoes, trying to please somebody. And I'm going to rock my sweatsuit on in my Adidas, and I'm going to do me. And at the end of the day, when you feel like that's not working, holla at your girl. But at that point, you can't afford any of my services at that point. Y'all got to get nice nasty with some folks. Because that spirit of distraction is there to kind of remind you of your old self. You got to be unapologetically on fire for Christ, knowing that my confidence right now is not going to be swayed. My husband just left. He been on vacation 14 days. He just had another COVID test. We're praying that it's negative because when COVID comes and hit him, y'all know he work in the hospital. My kids is in the medical industry. So y'all know that when things are going well in one area, there's some attacks that try to what? Come distract us. Some of y'all get so busy in your feelings and wondering what people are doing. They don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. You out here trying to, they talking about, see, I told mama, I hope she coming back in time because mama went and got the stuff so we could finish these chili beans and cornbread, okay? And yes, I'll be at the gym tonight with my coach. But what I'm saying is, she said, Tasha, you always been different. Okay, they tell you not to wear white after what is it, sis? They tell you not to wear white after Labor Day. She said you would wear white after Labor Day just because that is not your area. I'm not a fashion person. I don't study that. Y'all get with my girl out of LA, Stormy, on my Facebook that just left the Fashion Week in London, who kills the game in fashion on a level that I know I can't afford one of her outfits right now. But I'm just saying, she is that high packful, very down to earth. Y'all check her out on my Facebook. I don't think she messed with Instagram. But my point is saying that is her niche. And even with her Whoopi Goldberg dreads and her sneakers, baby, the girl slay. And she's taking so many inner city kids from LA down to different, exposing them to different parts of their gifting. And so when you start to try to move your way into the next person industry and not give yourself permission to show up as you, and you know, you got people, y'all know how y'all go to these little meetings. Everybody still tell me, Tosh, at your graduation for the master's degree, Greg, you came in them Chuck Taylors. You know, I'm old school. We call them all-stars. They like, what? You didn't put no dress on? What the heck am I going to put a prom dress on? That ain't your girl. That's not me. It took my husband to bring the little feminine, mushy part of me out because I was raised around a lot of guys and women, but I paid attention to the fellas because fellas got stuff done. Women, we can get lightweight mushy. We got to tell you how beautiful you look before we can get the pen to the paper and put some stuff out. That's why I can respect my mama, because my mama got stuff done. Mama just launching this like right now, 30 years in the game. Y'all know World of Curls Curl Activator was out. But what happened when everybody started cutting their hair off? Oh, baby, we was used to eating a certain way. And then when the sales dropped, best to believe it was a family meeting. Don't y'all ever build anything that you're going to work yourself out of. Always be ahead of the curveball. You out here, let's say you're a trainer. You making money only if you show up. I am a clinician, social work clinician, therapy. I'm not going to build a business where I got to keep showing up to get my money. I'm not doing that. Because the way the body's set up, she might want to be in London with your girl Stormy. So y'all don't want to be out here moving too fast when you're not really thinking through. When I'm out here, I'm getting my Black Friday specials ready, not only for mama, but King Jones brand, my Pretty Girls Pray, my grandkids brand. So I'm one person and I type real slow. So I don't have the capacity to put out a whole bunch of stuff. My family is heart-centered, so we had a money trauma issue because it's hard to say, I'm after these coins. So for me, I got to get up in green. Give myself permission, Lord. I am serving at a space where y'all talking about the homeless crisis. Y'all talking about the foster care system, but I'm going to be in a position where we close an escrow on some high-end apartment duplexes where these foster kids can go to an entrepreneurship training or a college if they desire. And they don't have to feel like when they're getting out of foster care to run and go have some kids and get a Section 8 voucher and a little food stamps. I'm not downing nobody because that has been my journey. But I'm telling you, there's a need right there. So this is why when you guys, I'm starting to kind of get offline, really go into the Fresno community and really meet some amazing people. And I really ran into my reader, Dr. Frank, I call her Dr. Frankie Freitas, who was my reader for my graduate program. And I would not have gotten through graduate school without her mentorship. And to see her yesterday at a brunch brought tears to my eyes. And that's why March, I am really pushing to have a social work appreciation brunch for the month of March is social work appreciation. because we need to let people know the impact that they have on our life while they're alive. And sometimes you guys are out there, you're getting discouraged. You feel like what you're doing is not going fast enough further. You feeling like the live that you're doing, nobody really. Let me tell you something. There's some lives that I watch that somebody put out years ago that's blessing me right now. So when you do it on the pretense that I am serving because I have to and I'm called to, then you get your feelings out the way, because your amen corner is only going to be there when you stroking their ego. That's why y'all need to hit up that four agreements that they made us read in college. The four agreements really in summation says, you think I'm cute because part of what you believe to be cute aligns with your judgment of what cute is. See, it's about us. And when you read the book, it makes sense. So now that I done gained 30 pounds, oh, you ain't cute, you all right? Is your thyroid okay? See, don't come for me. But see, I have to consider the cost with some of y'all coming me. That's not the sum total of the people I attract. So I starve out that distraction because I'm over here making money. And I'm okay with saying that now. Now, when I was about that life, the weed lady, and let me just give y'all a background on how that worked. Everybody was selling weed back in the day. Y'all should be truthful with y'all kids and quit acting like y'all saints, okay? And me and my friend, y'all know I always been on the plus side. Hey. So we came up with this thing. And y'all already know I'm straight tomboy, right? Ain't nothing about me on that other life. I love me some all things about a man, okay? But most things about a man. But what we was doing to kill the competition, we was like, okay, we're gonna put our little pajamas on. And so the dude, people would like do their little business with us, if you will, based on us making them feel good. We made them laugh. You know what I mean? We would have the Sundays. You know what I mean? Y'all know. This is what I love about me being so hood, neighborhood rich, and unapologetically being myself, colloquialism queen, is I get to tell it how I need to tell it. I'm not working for nobody to tell me to say it another way. I'm not working in the courts when a judge telling me I got to put on some freaking nylons. That's nauseous. And slacks in court to go up against her dress code for court. Get out of here with that. Right? And so when I find people saying, girl, you so loud or whatever, oh, well, I got a lot to say. And you not for me. So kick rocks with your shoes off. All I'm telling you is our blackness is incredibly, insanely dope. And y'all got to understand that. Baby, we can go get us some inky amps, okay? Get the ice cream, get the sundaes. So the guys that would do business with us, you know, black back in the day when we was about that weed, baby, we had the munchies. I don't know what y'all smoking now, okay? Because it's making some people retarded. Won't get up and do nothing. So they was like, okay, they came over, they pulled up like, hey, well, what's going on? First of all, we give them Sundays. And you know, y'all know how it is as a female. When you're doing it like that, they think some other shenanigans going on. Never that. Because I was trained better than that. My whole body part is Queen Royale. Okay? Never that. But we created an atmosphere. Some of them end up asking us advice about, you know, they woman and they dating and stuff. And we were single. Me and my roommate was single at the time. Lightweight single. Me and Rob was like on the ins and outs. I know how it is. We've been together since high school. Stuff is inevitably gonna fall apart and fall back into place according to God's plan. And so what am I saying? You out there, you have a service, you have a business, you have an idea, and you sitting up Tasha with 10,000 million other people doing it. What do that have to do with you? If you make it about you, then you're going to lose every time, because the gift that he gave you is bigger than you. But if you make it about God has given me this gift to do this, and I'm going to do it according to my personality, my uniqueness, and I'm going to be cool with it. I'm not going to no Toastmasters to learn how to talk, because that's not the audience. If I'm a motivational speaker and my lane is that, then yes, I'm going to invest in what I need to craft my gift. Some of y'all out there trying to craft parts of you that's really the part of you God wants you to be yourself. You busy being busy, not being effective. Every client I have know what they need to be doing today. They can either do it or sit up and suck their thumb. Either way, I'm still getting paid. Because I had to pull back too, is I wanted so much for people, and I'm showing them. Y'all know I'm a hoarder of a pencil. I can literally write the quarter goals. You can do 10 people, $9.97, 90-day program, but you sitting up where everybody crying about church trauma. Well, if it's church trauma going on, who in the camp gonna be the leader in that to solve it? You on a Zoom link every week for church, scratching the surface. But you ain't came up with no church trauma courses, but God keep putting it on your radar. And you wondering and scratching your head about why you ain't been able to sell that chicken dinner because you only doing one thing. Y'all, Lord have mercy. You solve problems, and that is your pathway to wealth. If you on the bench of the loser's bench talking about it, and this is what I do, I relate to y'all. We connect on common pain points. It's been heavy over here. It's been heavy. I'm not going to lie to kick it. And I normalize that. Now, if you perceive me to be always happy and got it going on, and that is your perception, baby, I don't have nothing to do with that. I'm not going to even get beside myself and be like, girl, thank you. Because I know once it doesn't line up for you, the amen corner going to go away. So I have to be rooted in substance, because some of y'all mood disorders is all over the place. I know, because mine be all over the place. So I don't come here for likes. For the people that's squirrely and always hitting to the left and to the right, you can't sit still, won't read the whole paragraph. And you talking about buying acres and lands and camels and bulls. Baby, don't you know the paperwork when you close escrow, commercial, residential, you're going to have to learn how to read. Busy being busy, not being effective. And so this is why anything, and I think I don't know if I was telling you, Rose over here, she do makeup the whole night. But I said, Lord, I can sit. I wrote an ebook while I was babysitting my son with this. And I told my client that the other day. Don't make it complicated. 4 steps on getting through COVID as a single parent. 5 steps on how to keep it lit when you feel like quitting. Whatever your lingo is, you rock your thing. But if there's a common thing that's going on that you are put on the radar for, perhaps, just maybe perhaps, you're called to solve that issue. I see social workers down in their pockets, spending for foster kids, buying cakes, working late, overtime after overtime, dodging Sally Mae student loans, really ain't bought no house. Okay? I used to have to call mama, get my kids, because somebody done dropped their kids at the office. They don't want to be a parent no more. And they would always do it on a Friday, like $4.50. So that means that's overtime. And then the culture of overtime burning my ladies out. As I went on that journey and coming out heavy for my social workers, here come the teachers. Here come the go-to aunt that never went to school for social work, but she can resonate with the pain point of living paycheck to paycheck and want to get up off her ankles for Thanksgiving and be served 1 year in her lifetime. Not when she's sick, but on the strength that she's been a giver. That didn't come to me, y'all, until I worked 25 years and was laid up in the hospital. And I know how to make money. I found out I had a money mindset issue, because quick as the money was coming in, I was spending it. And God sent me my husband, who's been on my helmet when we had the cell phone store. We did a bankruptcy. He told me straight up and straight out. And anybody know him, they call him the nice version of Suge Knight. Not really. He said this better not ever happen again, because he was raised with fiscally responsible practices that he is very, very strong with. And so some of y'all believe that you can't really downsize your job so you can focus on your business, because you want what you want when you want it. And that is not how you're going to sustain the business. You got to be this, even though it's tempting to go on all them trips. If you don't have a profit plan of where you bring it in, and y'all make it fun. I have fun with mama when we sell out. Y'all need some hair grease? Come on. Hey, Mariah, that's my niece right there. She got 2 boys. That's Black Mama Squad. She could come and tell you. Didn't I take you, niece? We went to meet my business coach. She flew into LA at a money mansion high-rise place. in LA, in our stomping grounds. And my niece will tell you. And what did I tell you, niece? I said, you go sit by this millionaire. Because she'll tell you, down to earth sisters. Them happens to be on vacation 6 months out the year, but their values align with ours. It's not about getting the money and you lose your soul. There is so many God-fearing, amazing servant millionaire women. And when we kick it in there, my niece will tell you. Actually not inviting everybody in that space. I'm not even on a level with them in terms of the revenue streams, but my fire and me being who I am, even me being the self-care person, everybody going around. One sister got a workout program, y'all. She helped people lose weight through hula hoop. Hula hoop. Some of y'all don't even know what a hula hoop is. Do you know what a hula hoop is?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
You're 17?
I'm turning 18 next month.
Your birthday next month? Okay. Rose know what she's 17, but her business is hula hooping. And so she's amazingly incredible, high top girl too. And so what I'm saying to you guys, and my niece will vouch for this because I'm that auntie that's going to push him. And I'm also going to pull back because I'll loan you a little something. They'll tell you, I'll loan you a little something. Uncle will loan you a little something with about 10, 15% interest. That's the kind of thing that God would do. Take you from borrow to lender. So we came out the Section 8 program, had flat screens all over the place, cars, right? That's that limited mindset. That's in poverty mindset, but God has something more, right? And coming from that culture of wanting what you want when you want it, not waiting. And we was raised on layaway. That was good discipline practice. Some of y'all don't want to go to Burlington and put a few things up on layaway if they still exist. You want what you want and you want it now. And what you're doing is exchanging your future for your right now wants. That is not how you be fiscally responsible. See, we want to always talk about the blingy stuff, but it's taking you longer because you're not willing to shake up some of the things that you do. You want people to keep telling you the things that's beautiful. You need somebody in your camp. Like Ashley got on me out the gate. She was like, you still at that prison job because you want to. You're not going to be able to make it on that level giving people these $99 courses. And when you add up the result of what you will get and not get if you don't get X, Y, and Z. So my people pleasers in here, if you continue to please people and you're looking at your life right now and you can say, and y'all always hear me say, you got money flowing around you. You got millionaire mindset ideas that God put in you. You can't go cash the check because you're sitting up in lack and limitations based on what everybody else thinks. It could be your mama and them. It could be your church. It could be the people, your partner, and people in the house. But you are putting a container. You're putting a container in a lid on what's trying to explode up out of you. And that's why your stomach jacked up. That's why you can't sleep. Okay? So you guys got to understand that this money mindset Monday is going to be what you want it to be. Okay, you sad? Okay, join the crowd, baby. Get yourself together and still do something. If you sad times 3, then you pick up the phone and do what you got to do. You smart enough to know what to do by now. Because you drag yourself to them jobs with the same excuses you make about showing up for yourself. And Mariah, a Black Mama Squad said one thing. It was a good experience. When you can be around people, she can tell you wasn't nobody in there bougie, wasn't nobody in there dressed to the T, to the point you distracted by all the bling. Baby, they was in there to do some work. We had some flip-flops on, okay, cut off shorts, whatever you got to do. Because that venue and that atmosphere and that setting was not designed for all that. It's levels to everything that we do. So I want to just really get on y'all. And y'all been encouraged long enough. You got to encourage yourself right now. You've been motivated long enough. You got to go get the money that's around you. And in the meantime, being very fiscally responsible about how you out there spending. Talking about you ain't got no money, but you finna cash out for Christmas. You're working backwards. Everybody got access to you. You ain't got no consulting fees and all of this and that. Then you tired. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? People will milk you for your skills all day long if you let them pimp you out like that. The things that they can go search for and find on their own, they coming to you. You stopping your schedule to do it and ain't charging nobody. What is wrong with you? What about you that tells you that you can't do it? Y'all need to get in the self-care playground so I can get in y'all headspace and so I can hold you accountable. I'm finna give y'all some questions. Get your pencil ready. All right. Question number 1. I want you to ask yourself, how am I using my strengths on a regular basis? I'm going to say question 1 is, what are your strengths? And then we're going to do 1A. Put down a pencil to a paper or in your phone in your notes. What are you good at? You might want to put a few things. Put a few things. What am I good at? And when you say what you're good at, I want you to think in the lens of your giftedness, because it's a difference between self-absorbed and believing you're all that, than to acknowledge that God has gifted you with superpowers in terms of your skill and ability. Some things come natural for many of you guys, where the next person is searching online and hours of no sleep trying to figure it out. And some things come natural for some of you guys. When we had Honest Hustle for the young people, we got the boys in the garage. My husband put them together. We said, look, they were all too young for work permits, but they was ready, willing, and able to go to work. And Honest Hustle was a result of looking at the skill sets of those young people. Some of them naturally put big wheels together without looking at instructions. Some of them were naturally good with yard work without any type of guidance. So that is what they went out to do. And they continue to do that during the holidays. They're older now. So we get the little cousins coming in. We want to keep that sweat equity model going. Why? Because when you look at your strengths, it comes natural for you. You might not need to think as hard as many other people because you're gifted. And a lot of you guys minimize what you're good at. But if I would tell you, what are you sucky at, you would give me like a whole book about it. And I want you to be mindful of that, because that's a mindset thing that we have to challenge today. Because what are you telling your kids when it's okay to talk about how nasty and deficit driven I am versus me walking boldly or sitting and talking boldly about what I'm super good at? Because you should be gassing up your kids and your grandkids and giving them, names of royalty and substance, right? We don't want no J killers out here, unless you're killing the game in your purpose, okay? We don't need anything that's going to really feed into them feeling inadequate. They already going out to a cutthroat world that's going to remind them of that. So we want them coming out the house with confidence. We want them coming out the house knowing that they are great. And we want them to know that they're great whether or not they're getting a 4.0 or not. We want them to know that they're great enough to think for themselves, and you on the sideline really ushering that growth and development in them, not doing it for them. You're going to slow down and teach them how to tie that shoe instead of doing it for them because you're in a rush. You're not going to enable them. Make time. Tell them over and over, you're doing good. I'm going to show you how to tie that shoe. Come on, you can do it. And y'all, some of y'all generations, you might get on TikTok, and TikTok got a video that could teach it to them quicker than some of us. Whatever you got to do, you want to empower people to do things for themselves. They can think for themselves. You kicking it with yourself at night. You know, if you handling some of your stress in unhealthy ways, don't nobody got to pull up on you and knock you down with that. You know that you tired of drinking yourself to sleep. You know you tired of dropping Xanny, what does they call it, Xanny bars? You know you tired of dropping Xanny bars to go to sleep and not deal. And you know you don't want to keep breaking up your kidney down like that. Okay, this is what I told people in social work. Our job is not to state the obvious. My job is to challenge you in the way you think about yourself so you can get up and make some necessary shifts so you can move forward in your divine purpose. I don't need to reinforce what you already know. That's not my job. Because who am I to be even bringing up anything to anybody? I got my own set of circumstances God is working out through me. So what are your strengths? And can you confidently go out the day to day when you're having conversations to really boldly talk about it? You know what? I'm really good at that. This is your lucky day. I have about 3 openings. Normally I have 5, but I have 3. Let's jump on the call and see how my superpowers can help you solve that problem that's giving you a lot of funkiness, okay? And that's it. That's all. And I want you to ask yourself now, next question, which is 1A. How am I using my strengths on a regular basis? I'm talking about regular basis. Not when you feel like it. Not when you and James got it going on. Not when you got that bonus on that job. How am I using my strengths on a regular basis? On a regular basis. And even with me, people tell me like, oh, you naturally talk really nice about people's stuff like a PR. You know, can you tell people about my service? Absolutely not. That is not my job. That's not my superpower per se. And as I start getting these holiday requests, people all in the DMs trying to tag me and buy in this, I only go to those who serve and mutually support what I'm doing. So then, hands down, I'm going to go and support them because they believe in what I do, and I believe in what they do. I just don't support just anything. And for 2, if people come in the DMs wanting somebody to do some advertisement, some of you guys, let me just give you game. If you're good with PR, you good with promoting people's stuff, that is a monetizable skill. You can literally just make an amazing TikTok or Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and just review people's stuff. Y'all see it all the time. You got people reviewing food across the country and telling you which restaurants to go to. So they getting royalties from the restaurant. You don't have to necessarily be this because that person is doing that. Y'all got to stop overthinking it. If you naturally do things and it comes natural for you, you enjoy doing it, that's part of what probably winking at you about your strength and your purpose. So what are your strengths? Just put a few because I know you have a bazillion of them because you adopted in the royal family. And number 2, 1A, how am I using my strengths on a regular basis? This is for you guys that always, I don't have time, I'm tired. When are you going to stop being tired? You should be tired of being broke. You should be tired of living paycheck to paycheck. You should be tired of dealing with toxic family, but you're still kicking it with them. You should be tired of going to them Zoom meetings with that little punk job that think that got you messed up, but you keep thugging it out, acting like you don't have more in you to birth out. I'm sure our people and the ancestors got tired with less resources. I'm just imagining. I'm sure my grandma and my lived experience cleaning for them white folks on that bus, long days and catching the bus home. And I seen her come home with backache and headache and all of that. And I still visualize that. That is the fire that gets me up when I don't feel like it. I'm sure, I know for sure she was tired, but she went on anyway. Y'all got to break up with excuses because the ancestors don't get to do all the paving the way. And then you sit sucking your thumb in pain as if the pain is set up to destroy your life when it's set up for your higher purpose. And then you got the generation after us. They just don't know what to do. And then we go February. What is it like? Black History Month. Then we got Juneteenth, marching with the matching clothes and stuff and ain't doing nothing of substance internally. We got to quit dressing up mess, calling it success. That's not how we do this. Because she will tell you in that money matching experience, we was the only people that looked like us. And boy, was they looking at us like, how did these folks get up in here? And we very classy with it. They babies in diapers is having their lifestyle created for them in diapers, where some of us had just experienced that for the first time ever. That's not balanced. So for some of y'all, well, I just got to balance things first, Tasha. Good luck with that. Number 2, which of those strengths that you put down is not being used? Be honest with yourself. We're in the school of higher learning about ourselves. What strengths that you sitting on, you're minimizing it because you want other people to like you, and you ain't even tapped into a third of what you're good at. Which ones are being overused? That's creating a blind spot. Care Bears, y'all know I'm coming for you because you overusing your love for helping people by being wildly accessible to everybody and their mom and dad, and ain't charging them your life coaching fees because you believe you don't have time to start your life coaching business because you're too busy, but you're coaching anyway for free. I've been in y'all ear about that. You're overextending yourself. When you write your strengths out, did anything surprise you? Number 4. What are you surprised to see that you really didn't recognize that you're good at? And now your pencil is not lying to your paper. And you can honestly say, you know what, during Black Friday, I could see myself doing this. It gives me passion. It grieves my pockets. And my clients are happy. It's a win all the way around. And number 5, which one would you like to place some focus on right now? Use more in your life-work balance in this last quarter of 2022. What would your changes entail? Maybe you wasting a whole lot of time doing non-essential things, as Sister Leah was talking about earlier. Maybe you trying to go to all the functions on the weekend to please everybody. And, gas being what it is, you still have to get your pen to your paper about your budget, about what you can and cannot do. Maybe you tired of sneaking and creeping on Instagram in between your boss coming up asking you if that project is due. You want to stay focused to what you're hired to do because that work ethic is going to come over into your business. I just believe that there's no option for you to sit there and allow day after day roll by and you watching everything play out with all them hidden treasures inside of you. And if you believe you're going to get out of it without people talking about you, then that's what's holding you up, because you're so into this mindset that you want people to like you. And I ask God to help you with that. People are going to be people. And if you can be honest, you haven't been the nicest to yourself either. So it's inevitable that there's going to be some people that don't like you. So why don't you just go forward in what you know to do? And if you need some guidance in the push that I offer in my self-care membership, you go to selfcareplayground.com, where we play no games with your destiny. We play no games in why you are lacking. I'm going to get in your business so you can take care of business. Because if you would have did it on your own, you would have been on by now. But we all need accountability. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, it's helping me. My health coach called me this morning and reminded me, let's get it in. Because I invited her to get in my business on that level. One of my clients that is thriving in her meal prep industry, several of them, my dog is ready. I got to go. Your girl is all ready to go home. Okay, I got to go pick Coco up from the groomer. But what I'm saying is having that accountability helps, because y'all know we'll hit the snooze button. We'll go into Black Friday and Amazon up. So when you have accountability and support, it really helps. All right, so I gave you guys 5 questions to ask yourself. 5. And with the one little bonus, you're going to identify your strengths unapologetically with your pencil to your paper. At some point, you're going to be able to vocalize and show up, sharing your gifts and your strengths boldly, unapologetically. But if you're not there yet, that's okay. I just want you to be aware of your strengths and being okay with vocalizing that you're super good at something. And I want you to take the limits off this idea that, everybody is doing what I'm doing. Nobody can do it like you. How many recipes is it for Thanksgiving dressing? How many recipes is it for macaroni and cheese and hot water cornbread? You can just name about anything. You always have a McDonald's across from Carl's Jr., a Habit across the street from Red Robin, because burgers or whatever, It has a different need because there's so many different eclectic people, and what they like is going to be different. And it's no different with you. How you serve up and render your gifts and strength as a gift to increase the kingdom, you don't get to hide behind that. That gift was not put in you for self-absorption. It's bigger than you. I want you to catch that down in your shanana. Your gift and your strengths, your ups, your downs, your heaviness, your wanting to give upness, but you keep going, that resiliency, it's a gift. And the minute you release it, a lot of heavy burdens is going to be falling off of you because you're hoarding it. And when you extend your gift and serving and pouring into others to increase the kingdom, God is going to reward you 10 times over. It's not the other way around, y'all, where you think you got to run off and get it together and buy these expensive shoes and blazers and put on all of this stuff and charge a credit card so you can feel like you in the know of people. That's poverty. That's poverty. Because the freedom of expression, the freedom of walking in your authentic self, the freedom of speaking and sitting and standing and rocking like you rock, you can't limit that inside of a blazer. It doesn't reside on a 30% interest credit card. It's free. So in other words, you can't buy yourself into a status because with God, he sees us all the same. And I truly pray that a lot of you guys get delivered from what you believe that you need to be for other people and really just go with the blueprint and the map of life that called you and I to be awake and alive on this side of the soil this morning. Even for me, I don't take everybody because some of y'all need a lot more motivation than others. That's fine. You go to the selfcareplayground.com, selfcareplayground.com, and you look at what membership speaks to you right now. If you know you need some more motivation, increase confidence so you can start showing up, get yourself in the silver program. It's membership, just like the gym. You show up if you show up. If you don't, you don't. My prayer is that you don't spend another penny or invest in anything moving forward unless you really going to show up. Because unlike the membership, I really, truly care. And I do have my team up in y'all inbox and on y'all phones. Where you at? You signed up for this. We want to give you what you came for. The gym not going to do that. They're going to hijack your reoccurring payments. They don't care if you step foot in there or not. They not finna call you. In fact, y'all finna get a lot of junk mail for the New Year's trying to bang you out on a family plan. And you finna jump on it because your emotions is all over the place, not to realize you've been having a membership at the other place across town for years. Money just escaping your account. $50 is $50. $100 is $100. $29.99 is $29.99. It's all still revenues. So until you tell your money where it's going and not your money telling you where it's going, then you're going to find yourself in a pickle. So if you're ready to get your money mindset challenged and get focused with some accountability, go to selfcareplayground.com, where we play no games in the purpose on your life. All right. I'll see you beauties later. I'm going to get Coco. I'll see y'all later. Be well. Selfcareplayground.com is what it is. It's going to be on sale all the way through Black Friday. And I want to give my mom a plug. Y'all know we in edge control season, okay? The weather, wherever you are, okay? This is not edge control. This is called Nana's Secret Hair Growth. This will help you get your hair what it needs to be. For my biracial people, this is very light, so that's good for you too. You guys can get this. This is a really good stocking stuffer. Okay, for some of y'all business owners that do hair, you go ahead and you can order wholesale out of Los Angeles. She has a plant manager over there, which is my brother, who can ship these in the wholesale bulk. So get with us in the DM and we'll give you the link. For some of you guys in Fresno, you can pull up. With gas being what it is, I do not recommend that you just come and get one, because then you be coming back and forth. Go ahead and buy 4 or 5 of them and bless your nieces and nephews with them. Guys who's out there rocking your Rick Ross beard, okay, because you getting the beard filled up for the winter. This is what we've gotten reviews from guys that it really helped their facial hairs too. It's very, very light. I will come back later to do a whole infomercial just on mama stuff. And anybody that they know that she has really growing hands. And what she has done is taken her skill of braiding for years because she retired from that. And this is what she used for 30 years of braiding. And she put this on people's hair. Now she's taken that part of her skill set and put it on eBay, and we like E40 and two short with it. We slanging them from the trunk. Now that the weather's getting kind of cooler, we can put them in the trunk without them melting. But for that matter, we will get with you guys. You guys can pull up. Some of you guys that are reoccurring customers, we thank you for the support. We thank you for your feedback and telling us that it's helped your hair grow, because this is what we do. We take our skills, we render them to the world because it's bigger than us. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.